She started a magazine at age 32, which flew off the shelves and grew to 500,000 readers. She published 13 books, sold millions on QVC, and appeared on The Today Show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, and many others. She was featured in People magazine, top newspapers, and countless trade publications. To millions of scrapbooking enthusiasts, she is a veritable rock star. She is Lisa Bearnson, and she is Youngevity's newest brand ambassador.
When I was 9 years old, I was a bored child one summer, and my mother presented me with a big red scrapbook. And she gave me all of the memorabilia she'd collected from the past 9 years, and she said, here you go, put it together. And so I spent hours and hours putting together the pages of this big red scrapbook. And I love it because it told my story, snippets of life that would have been forgotten had I not recorded it. I graduated from college and I got my first job at WordPerfect, and soon discovered my love was in publishing and writing and graphic design, and I got a job at WordPerfect magazine. And I was the editor-in-chief of that magazine for years. And so at that time, I was obsessed, completely obsessed with scrapbooking. I loved scrapbooking. It was my passion. I had 2 children. I'd stay up until the wee hours of the night scrapbooking and then would go to my day job. And during that time, I thought, wow, wouldn't it be great to take my expertise, that is magazine publishing, and join together, marry it with my passion, my obsession, and that is scrapbooking. And that's when the light went off, and I knew there were thousands and literally millions of people throughout America having props at night. I also knew there at that time were 55 million pictures taken every day in America. And I finally went, oh my goodness, there needs to be a vehicle to teach people about scrapbooking and the joys of scrapbooking, and Creating Keepsakes magazine was born. For 11 years, I had a show called Creating Keepsakes on QVC, and I'd go to Philadelphia monthly. And also the last 2 years, I've been on HSN, the Home Shopping Network, which has been awesome. Oprah came calling. She saw an article in People magazine on, it was called Safe Haven, and said, I want her on my show. And so I was on her show. They actually came to my house, a film crew, and then I flew out and was on her show in a segment called Ordinary People with an Extraordinary Idea. And she just loved the whole memory keeping scrapbooking angle and loved that it had been made into a business. Other opportunities came, every pretty much major magazine, newspaper. I was on the Today Show 3 times, and it just like I said, exploded. It was a big boom, and it became the #1 hobby in America, and the fastest growing hobby in America. And it was really great because it went international.
Lisa is huge, huge to the industry. And you know why? Because she allows us now to record memories any way we want to. You can be traditionals, you can do digital, you bring that together, and you've got the winning team.
I am so excited to welcome Lisa Bearnson to the Youngevity family. Lisa is a well-known name in the scrapbooking world, and with Lisa and her products, we are going to be able to reach a whole new audience that we haven't touched before.
On February 14th, Valentine's Day, I lost one of the most important men of my life. And that was my father. And he was literally one of my very best friends, one of my greatest confidants, one of my greatest examples in life. Slowly, over the last few years, my dad has suffered from dementia. But one thing I have to say is I'm so grateful that my dad shared so many stories when I was young, and he wrote his life history, because as he was losing his memory, I was able to share those stories with him. And so it came full circle. I got out this scrapbook, and it was just created a few months ago. I opened it up and I showed him the Downs page. That was his last name. And he looked at it and he goes, I'm really lucky because he could remember my name. And he said, Lisa, there's my mom and dad. And there's my grandma and grandpa. And he started telling me stories about them and how much he loved them, and stories that he honestly couldn't remember what was happening even that day. That is the power of scrapbooking. That's the power of recording. That's the power of remembering. It seems like sometimes life is mundane and there's not a lot happening, but I promise you it's those simple moments, those simple things that we take for granted that really are the most spectacular memories of all.